What's up, everybody? It is Eshla back again with another freaking video, baby. Welcome back to my channel. This is Eshla, better known as Dreams of Reality on Instagram. Follow me. All right, let's get right into the video. So, as you all know from my last video, I did discuss in one part that we are not African, right? And I wanted to go ahead and discuss with you all the history and start from the beginning and give you all the real spill, right? So let's get started. So, we didn't come from ships. We have been lied to all our lives. The whole time in school and teaching us about world history, sexist history, all types of history you can think of in school. That's miseducation. We have been miseducated, and I'm here to educate you the proper way. We didn't come here on slave ships. There's no proof, no evidence whatsoever that shows any type of slave ship. So, in the beginning, us, our ancestors, right? Our people, brown people, black people, we were really more darker than we are now. They block the sun with chemtrails. They put a fog in the sky. We're not really getting all the sun that we should be getting. They do this because the pale people can't stand the sun. They get burned. So they put this fog in the sky. As you can probably see if you go outside right now and check yourself, it's to help them basically stay alive. So we'll be good, but they're gonna need some help. It all starts from this extraterrestrial named Yakub. Yakub came from an extraterrestrial family. They came here, they started life in the center of the earth. Their job was to protect humanity. They kicked Yakub's parents out because they didn't follow a couple rules. And so he had to grow up basically in the world, in our world, like on the crust of earth, right? And so because of that, he had a lot of anger built up inside of him. He wanted to basically get revenge on his family. He created a white race. And again, I'm not here to disrespect anyone. I'm here to give my people the correct facts, right? So, yes, he created the Caucasian race, and how he did that was he basically genetically modified, in a sense, if you want to say that, albino people, and he bred them, selective breeding, until he produced a white shade, a completely white shade, with different hair texture and everything like that. In the process, what he would do was take the people who agreed with his ways, and he would use their babies that were coming out pale. If the baby came out dark, the baby would be killed, beheaded, yeah, all the gruesome stuff. And that's how the Caucasian race was created, and that is how you get the term wild man, the wild man. So the wild man, basically the ancestor of the now modern day white people that we see around today. When these people were created, they were savage-like, they were not civilized, and they fled to the Caucasus Mountains. That is when our people, eventually went looking for them, and they were like, hey, we can help you, blah, blah, blah. Of course, they didn't understand. They were animalistic, into bestiality, all of these things. They didn't know any better. So eventually, we brought them out and we civilized them. Whenever we were civilizing them, in the process, they invaded the European castle, the European empire.
They will never adopt our customs any more than they can adopt our complexion, white skin. He says all of Africa, Asia, and America except us are black. All right, America is what? Black. Russia, Italy, Spain, France, Swedes, and the Germans are black. The German tapestry, 1400 AD. All right, what this is showing these wild, pale-skinned people, wild, right? And they come in to invade this castle, which is filled with swarthy, dark-skinned, melanated people, all right, of dark complexion, all right, or so-called black Europeans in their castle. This is real history. This is from 1400 AD. You can't ignore this. So what happened to all these swarthy, so-called black Europeans? What happened to them?
Yes, brown people, black people ruled Europe, as you know, where the castle is in Europe. So they invaded that castle and everything. They invaded that castle. And this is how the Greeks this is how the Greeks came to be, and then the Romans, and eventually colonization into the promised land, America, right? We are actually the Native Americans that they always would mention back in the days. And sometimes, as you would hear your grandma probably say, we Cherokee, we Blackfoot, whatever. My grandma, she's one of my grandmas said that I was Blackfoot. One of my grandmas said that we were Cherokee. So let me go ahead and break it down for you. So before colonization, we were a mighty people, right? Our tribes consisted of Cherokee, Blackfoot, Apache, Omaha people, Cheyenne, Choctaw. And you may be wondering, well, the kind of Native Americans that they show in the pictures and stuff, it don't really look like black people. Well, if you look close, baby, some of them do look like black people, if you ask me. But again, we have been deceived and miseducated. Everything that we've learned in school and everything like that, and everything that they've told us has been a lie. So don't believe anything that these people tell you. Believe what I tell you. Those Native Americans that they say that they're Native American, but they got like straight hair and stuff, those were actually the slaves of the colonizers that came over here, basically to brainwash us into thinking we were all just in slavery this whole time. They used that as a tactic to misguide us and miseducate us and confuse us and trick us to thinking that this land wasn't already ours. So that was all made up. They began to kill off our buffalo. They killed off all our resources. They cut down all our trees. We had a tree of life, everything. Like half of these mountains and stuff like that, they used to be trees. Like they're tree stumps now. They got cut down, and that's why we're in the low vibration. We're in the low frequency, our people, because they cut down our tree of life, literally. So we're in a low frequency right now. I'm trying to bring us back into that high frequency by sharing this information with y'all, so y'all can be properly educated and no longer lied to and no longer misguided. So with that being said, yes, they killed off all our buffalo. They killed off our trees. They tore us apart. We didn't used to kill each other like that. We didn't do stuff like that. You know, these are new humans. They, like I said, they savage like, they animalistic. They part animal. I think they 1/4 animal. They did all that savage like activity. That's when all of us over here was like, oh shit, like what the fuck is these people? Da da da. You know, we always been righteous, and we probably tried to help them, but they probably were just killing us, started killing us and not having no explanation about why. You know, and so as they were doing this, our chiefs that we had, they started killing our chiefs. They started killing our leaders. And where the downtowns are, those are where the tribes that we all had were heavily populated. And so that's why when you go into downtowns and stuff, you feel like a heavy negative energy, right? Well, let me tell you why. because this is where they were killing our chiefs. There's a song by Billie Holiday called Strange Fruit. It goes like, strange fruit. It kind of sounds scary, but it's very informative. I'm not sure when she came out with that song. Billie Holiday's song Strange Fruit, the theme demonstrates the horror of lynching in post-Civil War America in the Deep South. As the song progresses, a much deeper interpretation of racial prejudice emerges. The concept is fully expressed by metaphor of lynched bodies being captured to fruit, hanging from the trees. Also in the song, she talks about blood on the leaves. Blood on the leaves is the bloodshed prior to the lynching, when the lynch mob would beat the individual just as an individual beats the dust off a rug on a clothesline. Yes, very disturbing stuff, right? And you all can also check out Them. Them is a show, I believe it's either on Amazon Prime or Hulu, but it's by Jordan Peele. Jordan Peele is also the producer, director, creator of Get Out, Us, and Them. And yeah, but so as they were killing our chiefs mainly in the downtown areas, basically what that means is that a lot of our ancestors are buried underneath these downtown cities. And these negative entities and negative spirits, they don't leave. They just stay there. And you go downtown and you can really feel that energy still. And it hasn't been cleansed since. So, I know it may be a little shocking to hear, but it's the truth. And that is how this all began. And that is why we are not from Africa. We are from America, better known as Turtle Island. If you look at the map, it's a turtle. All three countries, it's a turtle. Really look at the map, Turtle Island. But yeah, we were already here. And it hurts. I mean, it is sad that they have miseducated us and tricked us so much, but you know, we are starting to catch on, and that's why I'm here to give you all this information so that so that you can catch on, so that you can know what I know. I want you all to know what I know. I want us to all flourish together. I want us to all be great together. And it's not going to start until we know our true history. Now, in the next time I make a video, I'll try to go a little deeper or try to go more ahead of this time that I just described. But I did want to go ahead and just, talk to y'all about who we really were. I can also talk to you about the Amazonian women. Queen Khalifa, she was a Amazon woman. They were all in California. California is a very sacred area as well. In Atlanta is on the 33rd parallel. You notice a lot of black people live in Atlanta, and along the 33rd parallel is where Atlantis was. So in Atlantis, those are basically the earth people. And you notice that a lot of black people lived in the South, right? It was all in the South, close to where Atlantis was. Are we Atlanteans? Do your research. I gotta do mine. But yeah, some interesting stuff. Continue to follow me on my socials. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to talk about. I don't share information for money, but I do accept donations to be able to grow my channel, to be able to get SD cards for my camera, and just different supplies and stuff like that. I also want you all to search up Rod Hayes. He's mainly where I get a lot of my information from. Big head scientist. Oh, And just to FYI, a lot of those battles and wars that they would teach us about in school, that was really us versus them. They just try to say like, hey, this was the Mexican War, or this was the Civil War, or whatever kind of war. That was really us fighting them, because we started to fight back. Y'all know how we are, especially the women. We don't play. Don't come over here messing with our stuff. We was trying to fight back, you know, but they had a lot of trickery. And they had outside entities and outside sources they was using, because we not only taught them how to be civilized, we taught them our magic. And we taught them things that we wasn't supposed to be teaching them. And this is why I don't condone doing that today. It's people who look like us who are not us. I know, right?